This is me, Ashish Adhikari.
This is Kshitiz Bahati, and that's the top of the world.
You're listening to Mero2Paisa, and this is the podcast from the top of the world, baby.
Woo!
15 days ago, I wanted to take a work sabbatical. If you don't know what work sabbatical is, go check it out. So I decided to take off on a journey. And I had to choose this time period specifically because this is the best time of the year to come to this region. But every time I go on these journeys, I try to find meanings. Like, why do I do this trek? Sometimes it's about shift, moving forward, changing direction, finding clarity, all those things. And this time I wanted to make it beyond just me and do something big. And just a few days before I was heading out, I had a choice between Helambu trek that I went a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, do the Gosaikunda Langtang trek, because that's also a pilgrimage site, and I wanted to do sort of like a pilgrimage kind of a travel. But since I was already going to take Chittis, something popped up in my head. And I said, wait a minute, we can go to the top of the world and record the podcast from the top of the world, even though we're in silhouette right now. We wanted to show you this incredible view today.
Yes.
So we, Chittis and I, we embarked on this journey. We wanted to start season 2 of Mero2Paisa with a big bang, just like this. And Chittis and I started on this journey 13 days ago. 13-day early in the morning. We're trying to scale up Kalapatha right now, but because of this beautiful light right now, we decided we're going to do it right now. So Chittis, how has the journey been?
First of all, 12 hours before the journey began, I had no idea I'd be coming to fucking Everest. But here I am, and Everest is right behind me. Damn. And this is the most beautiful sunrise I've ever witnessed in my life. And thanks to you, I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to Do Media. I'm grateful to Mother Nature. I'm grateful to the Himalayas. And I'm grateful to everything. And this has been the best fucking morning of my life so far.
One that you'll remember forever.
Exactly.
And the thing is, since this is a proper podcast, we brought a microphone also.
Yep.
I also wanted to say that I'm recording this podcast on my phone, guys. There's no excuses out there. There's no excuses. If you want to break the world record, we might be world record holders. We're going to go find out when we get back to Kathmandu, because we're the first 2 guys to come up to 5,500 meters and record a podcast looking at a sunrise with Mount Everest in the background. So if we are the world record holders, it will be between us. We just came up with this crazy idea. Instead of just sitting around and thinking about it, I know you need resources and all that bullshit, but if you really want to do it, you can achieve it. And we're here in on the Kalapatha Ridge talking about this.
Yes.
So, right now the podcast is being recorded in my phone, and there is scarcity here. So, actually being mobile and trying to do things. If you want to be a creator, you want to do something and showcase your talent, then there's no excuses. We've just proven that right now, because this is being recorded in a phone.
Just fucking get out of the building.
Yeah,
and do it.
And we are excited, guys. So you have to contend with us. We've been walking for 13 fucking days, man. And we are here watching this view. It's like Chitty said, it's incredible, incredible, incredible. This is my 10th trek, and I've hardly found any mornings with this much reward all around me. Just immense. I mean, I've seen mountains 8,000ers and above, but this is a point where you can just fill your heart with all the mountains you can watch, because there's absolutely about a couple of dozen peaks that you can see from this point.
Exactly.
And it's incredible. We also wanted to say something about Nepal, Visit Nepal 2020.
Yep.
This tourism is very important for us, and we're all about entrepreneurship. So if you think this video that we're going to put up, it's going to be also in the form of blog also. All the journeys being documented. If you want to come to Nepal and see this view, you know what time of the year to do it, like we did it. And we wanted to do a shout out to all the people out there who enjoy this kind of thing. Come to Nepal, because this is what you see, baby.
And let's also talk about the Sherpas people die.
Yeah.
And
just in general, in the mountain people,
Yep.
For tourism, you need people. Either it be in Terai or in mid-hilly region or in the high mountains, because without people there's no tourism, because hospitality comes from people.
Yep.
And in this region we have been blessed to have great hospitality and support
Yep.
from the Sherpa people, the local community,
Yep.
because we've been walking from Lower Solu all the way from Paplu. So we experienced the culture, we experienced what tourism can do. We saw how all the problems that exist for any traveler to come here has been solved by local entrepreneurs and local entrepreneurship. So I think that's it. We need to push this even further, because nobody in the world can claim this right here. I can't even hear this one right here. That's Chomolungma, baby. You can't have two Chomolungmas. There's only one. And that's the message we want to give.
Yep.
Is I also want to say something about littering also.
Yep.
Because the trails are so beautiful, and one of the side effects of coming to the mountains, there's a lot of people and there's a lot of waste. And I've been thinking in the last few days, how waste must be managed here, even though it's not as bad as you might imagine, but it's definitely there to be seen. So I just say, let's bring less, just only bring what you need in the mountains.
Yep.
I can see Mount Everest base camp from here. It's so clear. But you know,
Let's be
thing,
responsible.
yeah, let's be green hikers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's be responsible. Let's respect our environment. Let's keep our environment clean. Let's keep our environment green, and let's be respectful to the locals here. They are very grounded people. They have no ego, and they are very respectful to the visitors here. And
it's the way of life. It's Buddhism.
yep,
It's just they follow Buddhism, and the culture is based in Buddhism. So it's all about compassion and helping your fellow being. It's also, I also want to add upon the fact that this is not one of your cheap or affordable budget treks.
nope.
This is actually a very very strenuous trek. We slept at 5,200 meters yesterday at a lodge. We were nice and warm. Thanks to all the people here. It's hard to even get water out here. So we have to be thankful. We have to come here with gratitude. To be able to see this. As we will continue to talk as the sun comes up over the mountain from Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
We still need to summit, but summit is not more important.
Than the podcast.
The
and
podcast.
Sunrise.
Yeah, we're excited. Orgu,
And
what do we talk about?
and
Mero2Paisa. We are going to start season 2.
Yep.
And
this is the very first episode of Mero2Paisa, and it's already a banger, and it is going to be a banger. And
even though we're in silhouette,
yep.
you don't need to see our face. It's so fucked up right now. You really don't need to see our face. We'll put a picture. We'll put a picture out there.
And damn, and I've been carrying like 17 to 20 kilos, and it's already breaking my
Butt
knees
breaking.
and back, and they're like 15, 16-year-old boys and carrying.
Everything from Namche onward is very very difficult to
Yep.
transport, and
And the terrain is harsh, and
don't bargain.
no, don't bargain, and be respectful for what you get here. You should be grateful for what you eat, where you sleep, and whatever supplies you get here. This is absolutely fucking insane.
I also want to add is to the young people of Nepal. Yeah, we can go abroad and see all those things, all man-made things, but these things have been here since millions of years, and this has been in our background since many million years. If you can't, all the travelers that's been coming with me, some of the older ones have been telling me this particular message is you guys are lucky, you guys are blessed.
Yep.
I know that, but I want to give out the message because at least once in your lifetime you gotta see this shit, man. This is it. This is what it takes. You feel alive. You feel you've accomplished something also in your life. It's also a gratitude, a humbling experience, the journey, a minimalistic way of living.
Yep.
So it shows you that how much, in the last 13 days, I haven't even checked the internet. In Namche, I got connected because I had to talk to my brother and my partner and my family. Otherwise, in the last 13 days, I have not even had the urge to even flip up on my phone.
What about me? I've been using 8 hours a day of internet.
When we started, Chiti said he uses 8 hours a day.
Yep.
Share your experience.
I used to use 8 hours a day of internet daily, and here I haven't even bothered to turn on my Wi-Fi or my data, and I feel very much centered and focused on me actually, and this is
And all the
absolutely
things you do,
beautiful.
you're making
Yep.
your choices
Yes,
very
exactly,
consciously.
Exactly, taking every step and noticing the stones, and making sure that you don't step on the stones that roll off. That's
It's
actually insane.
being
Yep.
aware and conscious.
Yes, exactly.
As the sun comes up, we'll continue. We're about 9-minute mark. Let's push this for another 10 minutes. I wanted to add to the fact that
Talking about lucky, I knew I was lucky because I was born in a country of Himalayas and natural beauty. But you never know how lucky you are until you experience it. And this is my first ever trek, and seeing these mountains live and not talking about it, not reading about it, not looking at the photos of it, but actually experiencing it makes you realize how lucky you are. And I absolutely feel blessed right now.
also during the trek, I also had learned a few things, tips and tricks during my quest trek. So I had Chitis do some of the exercises, and one of the things he wanted to improvise on, being with me and podcasting. I encouraged him to be a good communicator. So if anybody sees Chiti struggling here with communication, he's already got so much better in the last 13 days. And all of you who will be putting comments down there saying, "Oh, Chiti, you should have done better. Why don't you fucking come to the top of the world and do the podcast?" Chiti did it with me 13 days. So don't annoy him. Tell the world what you want to say, bhai.
5,500 meters, baby. 5,500
100 meters.
meters.
And let's not just brag. We have some things to say,
Yep.
and we have certain feelings. Right now I'm staring at Pumori, Mount Everest. This is pretty incredible. Take these journeys, and if you want to do the trek with us, we will soon be putting out some information about our up and coming trek that I want to do with a group of young people, and it will be a part training, part trekking sort of experience. And if you want to find out more about it, we will definitely go back to Kathmandu, and Chiti's work will start from there,
Yep.
because we plan to do at least one in the next year, a pretty big event where we might be able to, because timing is very important in this. We have to time it in the right time of the year so that we can have views like this, experiences like this. So watch out, go to Mero2Paisa.com and check out the event section, and you will be updated pretty soon. If you want to see the videos, all the documentaries we've made all the way up here, maybe we'll do a showcasing rather than just publish it before, and you can come check it out, learn about the experience from me and Chiti's. We'll do a workshop like that, and you can sign up during that time as well. So talk about a little bit of how having me as a guide, somebody that's been there, experienced trekker, has helped you, Chiti's, and the
I'd
training.
say the very first thing that comes into my mind is the night before the trek started. You called me and talked about what should be packed and what should not be packed. And before you called me, I had actually packed some of things. And when you told me that is not needed, and I was like, oh shit! I was actually just putting on weight on my back, unnecessary weight, and also giving me information about the terrain, the landform, the weather that is that we will be facing in the future, and that we will be facing in the future, and also about the locals, how you communicate with the locals, how you see them, how you negotiate with them, and talk, what else? Okay, and not just that, the actual part of this, the major part of this trek was workshop for me, a training session for me, in regards of entrepreneurial spirit and spirituality. And adventure has been here for the last 13 days, and this is the highest I've ever been. Actually, from Namche onwards, that was the highest point I have ever been. Namche to Thengboche to Dengboche, and that's all. And how you trained me. Actually, I want to talk about the slow walk thing. The the moment you told me that you have to get here from point A to point B, that was like about 150 meters, and in 15 minutes, no less than 15 minutes, and you have to
30.
come back.
Yeah,
And
total 30
total
minutes.
30 minutes, and I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And this small distance, and you have to cover it in 30 minutes and no less. And
We have the footage of that. We'll
Yeah.
put it there.
I actually started that, and as soon as I started that, the very first thing that came into my mind was I should not be reaching back before 30 minutes, and then I started to walk, and
Take a deep breath.
I started to walk, and everything was slow, everything was silent, and I was completely focused in my mind, and nothing came into my mind, and
How was it helpful?
it helped me slow down. It helped me get out of the chaos of my mind. And how will it help me in the future? I'll just go back in the moment of the slow walk and the mist covering me up, and in every
So
cave.
catch your breath. Catch your breath then. Catch your breath. So let's continue the podcast. Chiti's is gasping for air at 5,000 meters.
Yes.
We did, like I was
Very
saying, we did a lot of exercises. We didn't just walk. We just had conversations in between. We did vision walk. We did a lot of things with Chidis that will help him with the kind of work we're going to do together as team members in the future, making videos, doing crazy projects like this.
Yep.
And he's shared with me that he wants to be a good podcaster, but he struggles with his communication
Communication.
skills. So one of the part of being moving towards change is being vulnerable, accepting it.
Yep.
And I've seen that he's getting better, and I'm sure when he goes back with me, he will definitely be a more sharper, a more focused, a more aware, a more conscious, and somebody who is able to withdraw himself from situations that are troublesome.
Yep.
It can be confusing for somebody that's just starting off on a career. So it's good for your mind overall. So we're hitting the 16-minute mark, maybe 4 more minutes, and then we sign off. I am still waiting for the sun to come out. Okay, let's continue the podcast. Chidis is speechless.
I'm speechless right now because the scenery is overwhelming.
Yeah. He's staring at Thamserku, Kangtenga. I'm staring at Pumari, trying to talk. It's just 5,000 meters, no oxygen.
No oxygen, and I'm gasping for air. And actually, I couldn't sleep last night very well because it was 50 to 100 meters, and we went to bed at 6, and I couldn't sleep until 11, I guess, and keep waking up in every 30 minutes. And yeah, that's the life in Himalayas, I guess.
Okay, catch your breath.
Yep.
We recently also started registered our company.
Yep.
I've been teaching the guys, how to develop a business from just scratch, because we started with just few cameras and an idea, and we kept running with it, and we have I don't know how many, maybe 600 subscribers now. When we go back, hope this podcast will help us get us up there. And we started a company where we do projects. Our theme has been adventure. That's an avalanche. There was an avalanche just went off. We can't see it. We can only hear it right now. It's fucking insane. Whew, my heart just skipped a beat, man. I've seen a few avalanches, but wow, this is still going. Or it's the Khumbu Glacier.
I think it's Khumbu Glacier. It's moving.
The glacier is
The glacier
moving.
is moving.
We're on top of a bloody glacier. We better move our ass. So what I was saying is, we started the company, and we want to do things in such a way where we want to help young people of Nepal, and if whoever wants to connect with us, grow personally through adventure, spirituality, and entrepreneurship. So saying that, I think I'm quite tired, gasping for air. We haven't even had breakfast this morning, not even tea. My mind doesn't work without coffee. But so,
And my mind doesn't work without oxygen.
and saying that, I would like to sign off from the top of the world, and I want to thank my family. I want to thank all my Red Mud team, all the people that work with me, that take care of business so I can be on top of the world. As I say that, the sun is coming out, so woo! Thank you guys. Just give me a couple of seconds. Wow, the sun is coming out. Let them see my face.
Wow.
I want to say thank you to my family, thank you to my team members. I love you all, and I promise that as long as your support is with me, I will do bigger and crazier and grandeur thing that will benefit all of us. So I love you from the top of the world. Bye bye. Signing off, Ashish Adhikari, and that's the sunrise from the top of the world. Chitish, come on, give a crazy outro. Thank you.
Oh. Man, the sun is beautiful. The mountains are beautiful. And as parting words, I want to say I'm thankful to my parents. I'm thankful to Asisdai for bringing me in this trip and teaching me a lot of things. And this trip has helped me grow in my mind, in my physicality. I have shown my vulnerability to him. I addressed that to him, and he has helped me to cope with all my downsides, and I just want to say, respect the nature, keep the environment clean, and yeah, that's all. Bye bye. Speechless. Me and cities. We just scaled up Kalapathar this morning and just scaled it down halfway. It's taking a break. I had to pee like hell, and I had to come down half the mountain to do it. And just this walk this morning, accomplishing the goals we set. I'm very thankful, and I feel very positive vibe. It's almost a vibration, continuous vibration. And if there's ever been a true definition of the word speechless, even though I'm talking, it's now. It's been the last half hour. It's incredible. Just magnificent. Because this is probably the last point I wanted to stop here and say something, because last time I came here I had hide and seek with Everest, but this time I can look at it as much as I want and to the contentment of my heart. And it truly is the top of the world.